Hey, welcome. And I'm Sierra. Welcome back to the channel. She is E-Media Company and magazine, where we explore the art of storytelling and how to share your unique voice with the world. So today we're diving into an incredibly important topic, which is finding and embracing your unique voice when sharing your story with a publication or a podcast. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So, first things first, what do we mean by unique voice? Well, I got you. Your unique voice is essentially your personal style and perspective. It's the way you express yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, and your experiences, right? Only, like they always say, nobody can tell your story like you, baby. That's exactly what it is because no one has lived your life. They've never seen it through your eyes, or they never felt it with their heart. So this is what makes your voice inherently unique and valuable, right? So when you embrace this uniqueness, you create a genuine connection with your audience, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for how we can relate to you, right? And once you're able to do that with your audience, they can see the authenticity that's in your words and in your emotions and how you feel. And then it makes your story resonate a little more deeply. We can relate, baby. We can relate. Okay. So we're going to talk about finding your unique voice in the journey to it because it can be a journey. It's not something that, you just get familiar with relating to the day or get familiar with. Um, like I said, today it doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time, right? So it involves a lot of retrospection, introspection, and self-discovery. I feel like if you know yourself more, then you're able to understand you know, your journey even better. So the more you know yourself, the easier it is to understand your journey, where you're going and where you came from. Okay. So how do you do that? Well, I got you. Start by reflecting on your experiences, your passions, your values, like what is important to you. And ask yourself, what's the reoccurring themes in your life, right? So, what makes you excited? What makes you angry? What makes you depressed? Okay. Or what inspires you? So these are the elements that's going to shape your voice. Okay. So don't be afraid to let your personality shine through. Whether you're quirky, you're serious, you're humorous, or you're contemplative, there's always an audience out there who will connect with your authenticity. Look at the influences of our world, right? Of our world today. A lot of them you follow because you know that they're keeping it real. Now we follow a lot of them that's not. But for the ones that are keeping it real, we are happy and glad to follow them because we understand at some point that they're keeping it real with us and they really letting us know how it really is, right? Okay. So moving on from that. So once you identify your unique voice, you got to embrace it fully. Like you can't, oh, I'm feeling it today, I'm not feeling it tomorrow. No, you got to embrace it fully. And this means you got to be confident and unapologetic about who you are. It's like take it or leave it. I am who I am, and I don't need your validation, right? So with saying that, you got to make sure that you're not falling into this imposter syndrome because it's happening left and right out here. You got to make sure that you're not mimicking other people and their style because if you're doing that, then you're going to dilute your message and then it's not going to draw the audience that you really need to have by telling your story, right? So, um, you just got to focus on owning your own style. You got to focus on staying true to your perspective of your story. And remember that the world doesn't need another copy of somebody else. We don't need any more imposters. We got enough. Okay. It needs your original voice. That's it. That's all. So let's take a look at some successful storytellers out there. It's people like you got to think about Brene Brown, you got to think about Malcolm Gladwell, you got to think about, Elizabeth Gilbert. Think about all these creatives out here that's giving that real story, right? And We know whenever you, or Maya Angelou, just think about it. When you hear them, what makes them different and unique is their voice. That's what sets them apart from anybody. You know their voice, you know what kind of storyteller they are, right? So they tell their stories in a way that they can and only they can. And that's what draws people to them. That's what drew people to, Maya Angelou, because she knew why that cage bird sung. You know what I'm saying? She told the story. She told her own story in the best way that she could from her perspective. So you got the same potential. You telling your story from your perspective, through your eyes, through your perspective, through your views, it's finding your unique voice. And then by doing that, you not only stand out in the crowd, in a crowded field, but you also give your audience something that's real and meaningful to connect with, because that's what we looking for. We looking for that. So whenever you are sharing your story, do it to where you know for sure we know it's real. Okay. And that's what this series is all about. Okay. So I hope these things helped you, and we're going to wrap this up. But I want to remind you to remember that your unique voice is the greatest asset when sharing your story. So you need to take time to find it, embrace it, and let it shine. Shine bright like a diamond, like our girl Riri said. And then when you do so, you do those things, you'll be able to attract the right audience and make your story unforgettable. Because one thing about it is, when you get that audience, because of your story, people will remember who you are. They'll never forget your name. And we want to do that. I know you want to do it and I want to do it. We always want to make an impact wherever we go. We open up our mouth, we want to make a lasting impact on people, so they'll be like, I know who she is. She's got a story to tell. I can relate. I love her for being real. You know what I'm saying? So don't forget that. So I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips on storytelling and sharing your voice. And we will see you next time here on She Is E Magazine. Happy storytelling, boo.